Welcome to Golos, the Maze Runners. As far as opening hand goes, this is beautiful. We're going to keep on this one. We've got Azusa really quick, off to a quick start. We might end up going for Azusa. Yeah, I think, yeah, why not? Let's have some fun. You know, if Grenzo had a very aggressive hand, they would certainly go for that. So let's go ahead and lead off with Wooded Foothills. Yeah, because we're going to be able to grab whatever mana we need. So let's go Wooded Foothills, and then we'll go and crack Wooded Foothills. And I think this is mainly Soul Tie. So what we'll do is we'll grab a green black source. I think that'll be good. We'll grab Overgrown Tomb, have that come into play tap, not going to pay 2 life. And then we'll go and pass the turn. But yes, welcome to Golos, the Maze Runner. Hope you're excited for some Mazes In. And if you've seen Mazes In, my Mazes In deck before, it was Ramos. So I'll kind of explain why we're making a commander swap here in just a second. But let's cover our commander. So we are playing Golos, the Tireless Pilgrim. Whenever Golos enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a land card, put that card on the battlefield tap, then shuffle your library. So let's go Ancient Tomb. Let's go Azusa. It's going to be 1/2. We're going to make 2 extra land drops, and that's going to be Azorius Guildgate. It's going to come into play tapped, and then Tropical Island. I think that'd be pretty good. Then we'll pass turn to our opponent. Enters the battlefield, search your library for a land card, put it on the battlefield, tap. Then for a 2-mana Wooburg activation, exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn without paying their mana cost. Playing gets a Grenzo, Havoc Razor. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, choose one, go target creature that player controls, then exile the top card of that player's library. Until end of turn, you may cast that card, and you may spend manas or any color to cast that spell. Opponent's going to get a couple Gerblins on the battlefield. Like that little Gerblin token. Pretty good looking one. Gate Creeper Vine and District Guide. We're going to be able to get some good guild gates on the bound. Yeah, I think we want to do that. So let's go for Gate Creeper Vine. Yeah, so we go Azorius Guildgate. We're going to go for Gate Creeper Vine, and we'll see what Guildgate we need to grab. Wouldn't hurt to grab another red source. We do have a little bit of red in here. Yes, definitely want to use that ability. Let's get this popped out. Let's go for a Izzet Guildgate. Have that come into play tapped. Let's go for District Guide, because either way, we're going to have to end up going for Ancient Tomb tap down. So we're going to go for District Guide, grab ourselves another Guild Gate, and then we can use Hour of Promise to find another Guild Gate and actually go for Mazes In. So we'll be hopefully get off to a pretty good start. I like this. I think what we'll do is we do have only 1 black source. That is correct. So we need to let's go grab Dimir Guild Gate, have that come into play tapped, and we still have another land to make. And then we're going to go and pass it. And then we're not going to swing in. We could swing with Azusa, but we want to make sure our opponent's not going to swing in. So I will simply just pass the turn. So there you go. Look, turn 3. It's completely normal in Commander. We did cover both of our commanders. Let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors. If you want to pick out your very own Mazes In Guildgate deck, head over to MTGOTraders. They have a ton of Guildgates for you to choose from. They've got a lot of different versions over there, a lot of pretty ones. So get over there, pick out some Guildgates, build a Mazes In deck. MTGOTraders. Also, shout out to inkgaming.com. You can use coupon code JOLT to help further your desire for a custom playmat. Or if you want to check out some of my playmats, be sure to type in JOLT539. You can see some of my cool playmat designs. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to contribute to that Patreon, there's a link down in the description below. You can get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits. So let's go for Hour of Promise. I kind of like that. We don't have deserts, but we're definitely going to be able to get a few more guild gates. Yeah, because with this happening, what we're going to be able to do is one more. Actually, let's sequence it like this. Well, we don't need to take damage. We need to be a little bit careful. So we're going to go for Hour of Promise. We're going to be able to search our library for 2 land cards. And we're going to go for 2 more guild gates. We're 1, 2, 3. So we're at 3 guild gates. I want to try to keep track of this so I don't keep forgetting or keep counting. Let's go Rakdos Guildgate. And we're going to go and grab Mazes End. Maze of Ith would be nice, but that's not what we want to see. And so we got that land down. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. So it's officially free time. Covered our commanders, covered sponsors. We can have some fun. Now with Golos, if you've been a friend of the channel for a little while, you may have seen my Ramos deck. Ramos is my Mazes In deck, but Ramos never really felt like the actual commander for the deck. It just kind of felt like a kind of a placeholder more than anything. And so whenever they released Golos, I was like, yes, super excited. We officially have a Mazes In commander. And one of the cool things about Golos is that you can simply just make this any land commander. If you want to build mono black and have Golos be your Urborg commander, whatever that is, Golos can certainly. Ooh. All right, so we've got ourselves a clock. We've got Krinko coming down, and we've got ourselves a game now. All right, let's go. But yeah, long story short, Golos enables any sort of thing. So this is fine that we have our Mazes in deck. And you can definitely see where it's actually pretty potent. You know, it's going to be turn 5, and look how many lands we've got on the battlefield. We've got Mazes in coming down. I mean, this is it's pretty good. The only thing is we just don't have any card draw right now, but still pretty good. So we go for Mirari's Wake. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can still get that down and go for Golos. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go for Mirari's Wake. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. If we tap down Ancient Tomb, that's going to be 5. And that's not going to be enough to go for Mazes in. So let's do that. We'll go for... Yeah, it's going to enter the battlefield tap. So this is what we'll do. Instead of taking some damage, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to add 2 mana to our mana pool. Actually, what we can do is if we want to go for Burgeoning, yeah, that's going to be a little bit better. Okay, so we go for Burgeoning. There we go. All right, that's going to be 5 mana. We get Burgeoning down. We don't have any lands, but if we run into Life from the Loam, that'll definitely be good. We go for Golos, enter the battlefield, search your library for a gate card. Definitely want to end up going for that. Yes. And hopefully we can survive these Gerblins. That's going to be something that we need to watch out for. Now, what we can do is if we end up going for Field of Dead, that's going to give us a few extra blockers. Because we don't have enough mountains for Valakut. So instead of going for Guildgate, I think what we need to do is, yeah, let's go ahead and grab the zombie land. And this is a beautiful land. Field of the Dead from the new set. Absolutely wonderful. Fits in perfectly with this deck. So we can go for Field of Dead. And that's going to allow us to get a zombie down. At this point, we're just trying to we're going to try to keep up with these goblins from our opponent. You know, let's say there's going to be 4 more goblins, so we need to set some blockers up. We need to be careful. So we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. Thankfully, with this Field of Dead, as we start to go for these Mazes in activations, we're going to be in a really good spot to hopefully kind of keep these zombies going. Now, the downside to Krinko is that those goblins are really going to stack up really quick, and especially if they get some sort of zombie of some sort of goblin tribal lord on the battlefield. That's not going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, let's go back to Golos. So with Ramos Mazes in, that was my Mazes in commander, and it just never really felt that good. With Golos, this is perfect. You can enter the battlefield, you can search up a guild gate, you can search up, you can, if you want to, you can go for that activation, which we certainly could, but we don't, Hall of Triumph. So we need to start going for these Mazes in activations. But basically, it allows you to, you know, reliably go for a Mazes in win. The fact that it enters the battlefield, then you toss in something like Panharmonicon or Conjurer's Closet, you can see where these enter the battlefield triggers will definitely be very, very potent as you get a lot of these lands off the battlefield. Now, as far as our guild gate count, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We're only sitting at 4 guild gates, so we need to get some stuff moving. Now, here's the downside. This turn, creatures can't block unless they're for each block. Oh, let's see what we top deck, but things aren't looking so hot right now. All right, Windswept Heath. That's going to be 2 extra zombies. They tap down Krinko. That's going to be 8 zombies. It's going to be 16 zombies. Then they go for War Cadence. So we can still go for Windswept Heath. That's going to be a couple more zombies. That's going to be Field of the Dead trigger. So at this point right now, with Krinko on the battlefield, we've got some stuff we can do. We can go for a Golos trigger, because that's going to be 7. We need 4. It's going to be 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can actually just straight up just go for double activations off Golos, and I think that's our only option, because they go for another Krinko, they swing in, that's going to be, that's got a lot of goblins, so we need to get some stuff moving. So let's go and crack Windswept Heath. That's going to give us an extra zombie on the battlefield, and I think we just need to start just going for activations. That's going to be the main thing. So let's go and grab a white source. Let's grab Savannah. That's going to be another zombie. Yeah, because we're sitting at 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're only sitting at 4 guild gates. So let's go double black. Let's go double white. Let's go double red, double blue, double green. So we have Wooburg active, and then we can go for 2 off of Field of Dead. Yeah, so let's go for Golos Yeah, we'll go for this activation. Exile the top 3 cards of our library. Pay that last color, because at this point we're just digging. We're hoping that we just hit something, maybe like Villainous Wealth or something like that. That's kind of what we're going for. Ugh. That's not exactly what we wanted to see. But I guess we'll just go for Underground Sea. That'll be another zombie. We can go for Underground Sea, because we might be able to get in another activation. That'll be double white, double green, double red, and that'll be another Field of the Dead trigger, and going double blue. All right, so we can't go for extra activations. We're actually bottlenecked on black mana. It's a little bit of a bummer. Maybe if we back out, we can do a few extra things. Okay, so let's go Soul Ring. We'll go 2 off of Ancient Tomb. We'll get Soul Ring down. We're going to go for one more activation off Golos. Oh, bummer. All right, so we've run into a few more lands, and yeah, that's not going to get it. So I guess at this point, we'll just get a few more zombies on the battlefield once again. So we're going to go for Maze's Inn activation. I'd return it back to our hand. We'll use that colorless mana, and then pay for one more. Now, here's the good thing is, now with War Cadence, we do have a lot of mana, but they're going to be able to go for a really nice War Cadence. So unfortunately, that's going to get, we'll go and grab another Guildgate. We got a little bit bottlenecked on black mana, so we'll grab Golgari Guildgate. This could be another zombie. And even if we swing in, because a lot of these zombies have summoning sickness, yeah. We got really close. We were going for one more activation, but unfortunately we just hit, if we hit something like Scape Shift, this might be a little bit of a different off those double activations, but unfortunately we whiff out on that one. And if I had done something a little bit differently, tapping down that black mana, I think the way we tapped it down, I think maybe we could have got an extra activation, maybe we missed it, I don't know. But unfortunately that did happen, so could have maybe set it up a little bit differently, but when you've got a lot of triggers and stuff like that going on, it's a little hard to keep up sometimes. So you can definitely see how potent this deck can be. You get down something like Mirari's Wake, start making a few land drops, then you can start just going for some Golos activations. But let's double check War Cadence. So they go for the activation. This turn, creatures can't block unless they pay X for each creature that they control. All right, that's going to be a few more zombies. Now, if we untap with Golos, I think okay, opponent's going to kick it over there. All right, I like that. So we can go for Maze's Inn next turn, and we'll probably end up going for a few more Golos triggers. Ooh, Splendid Reclamation, that's a few extra zombies. Okay, so let's go Maze's Inn. That's going to be another zombie. And I think at this point, yeah, with Splendid Reclamation, that's going to be nice to go for Wooded Foothills and Windswept Heath. But let's tap down our mana first. So at this point, we've got 1, 2... 3, 4. So we've got, I think, a couple different activations. We could go for Splendid Reclamation, but I think at this point, let's just go for some Golos activations. If you can see all these zombies on the battlefield, we'll grab that last 2 colorless mana. And the Chromatic Lantern, Tireless Tracker, and Guildgate. Definitely want to make the Guildgate for the turn. That's going to be an extra zombie. Let's just go Chromatic Lantern. That's going to turn all of our lands on. And we'll go for Tireless Tracker, because we can basically just cast that for free. All right, so let's go for one more Golos activation. We'll go for a Gateway Plaza. This could be another zombie. Okay, so we get the clue token on the battlefield. We end up getting Field of Dead, and then we have to pay 1 for... Yeah, we'll just tap down that 1 mana for Gateway Plaza. And then that still gives us 1 more activation. Yeah, let's go and go for another Golos activation. Ooh, and then Toxic Deluge. Okay, that is exactly what we want to see now. With Toxic Deluge, that's really going to set it up to where we don't have to worry about... Yeah, so we cast Toxic Deluge, and that's going to be Toxic for... We need to pay 4, I think? And with these exiled cards, we can pay them this turn without paying their mana cost. So we're going to swing in with some zombies, and then... Now, here's the deal. If we go for Worldly Tutor to put a creature on top, that'll definitely work out. But if we end up going for Toxic, because we've got all this mana floating at this point right now. So let's do this. Let's go for 1 more Golos activation. And then Wood Elves, yeah, we'll go for... Actually, we'll cast this on the back end. So let's do this. Let's go and push in, because we have 1 more mana, but we can cast these without paying their mana cost, so we'll be okay on that. Click OK. Let's go and swing in with all these zombies. And also, if I'm doing something out of sequence or like, oh my god, why didn't you do this? This is when when you're giving commentary and you're playing a very clunky commander game like this, there's a lot of times. Yeah, we'll go and swing in, see if they want to make some trades. We might be able to get in a few extra damage. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll go and swing in with the entire crew. And but yeah, well, there's a lot of just so much stuff that you can be doing, and especially in a new commander deck like this, there's just like sometimes you're a little bit overwhelmed with the decisions that you need to end up making to do some of these as far as the gameplay goes. So if you're wondering why I did something funny or why didn't I tap something down, the more pieces on the battlefield, the harder it is for me to reliably make sure the game is played as efficiently as possible, and especially when it's a brand new commander like this. But you can see, look at this value. Simply just going for these, this deck is not set up for Golos activations, but you can just end up with Mirari's Wake on the battlefield, go for a bunch of those activations, and you are good to go. So opponent's going to be blocking with some of these Goblin tokens. Once we end up going for Toxic Deluge next turn, we'll be in a really good spot. We did hit Circuitous Route. That's going to be a few more Guild Gates. We can even go for Exploration, which should allow us to make a few extra land drops out of our opening hand too. So that'll be good. And since we are end up going for Toxic, it's going to take care of a lot of these Goblins. That was a really good rip off of the top of our library with a Golos. So I feel like that was a pretty good rip. So let's see how they want to end up blocking. There we go. It's going to have 3 Goblins. And we'll take care of a few of these Gerblins. And then once we get to our second main phase, then that's really going to allow us to, okay, don't want to click past our main phase. That would not be good. All right, so now that we're in our main phase, let's go for Burgeoning. Actually, we'll go for Exploration. It's going to allow us to make an extra land drop. Let's go for Toxic Deluge. And we need to pay... We're going to overpay on this one just in case there's some sort of weird pump spell. I think that's okay. Yeah, let's go and pay 7. Because that'll be 4. Actually, we'll pay 8. Yeah, we're going to pay 8 because this is some sort of... Either way, once we get to 3, we're going to lose all of our board state. So we're going to pay 8 on this one. They'll put them on having some sort of +4 style pump spell. So that's going to get rid of them. We're going to go for Wood Elves. We're going to have that enter the battlefield. And that's going to allow us to grab a Forest card. And we'll see what sort of lands we do have left. We can grab Taiga. That'll be a good option for us. We still got Worldly Tutor. That's going to be an additional zombie. Let's go for Circuitous Route. We're going to grab Simic Guildgate and then Boros Guildgate. Have those get a couple more zombies. And then that still puts us on Worldly Tutor. Yeah, we're going to cast Worldly Tutor. And let's get this popped out. We'll put this on top. So I think next turn we can actually just straight up just go for Ulvenwald Hydra. And then with Mazes In, yeah, Mazes In is on the battlefield. And then that leaves us 2 mana. We've done the land drops for the turn. Okay, all right, we're going to go and pass turn over to our opponent. And huge shout out to our opponent for sticking this one out. We are way behind on the clock. And I really appreciate them being, thoughtful with this. There's a lot of interactions in this deck. But as far as guild gates go, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if I had the Mazes In win last turn, I don't think we did. But if I did, I do apologize. But I think Gateway Plaza was the 10th one that came in last turn, and we didn't have enough mana to go for that Mazes In. Maybe I missed it. If I did, I do apologize. Like I mentioned, we have a lot of moving parts and a lot of, this is kind of even though it is a Mazes In deck, there's a lot of lands are searching up. There's a lot of things that we go for the activations, but I think we can straight up just go for a Mazes In activation. We'll be good to go. Opponent's going to go for a Kiri Underminer. And, but yeah, you can definitely see where this is kind of pretty much what we're trying to go with Golos. And thankfully, we're able to hit that Toxic Deluge. That really cleared out all those goblins. And that really kind of cleared the way for us to go for these Mazes In. But we're going to do a quick little count real quick, just to make sure. Yes, we do have 10 guild gates, so we're going to go for Mazes In activation. Return Mazes into our hand. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. There we go. Search your library for a gate card, put it on the battlefield. Then if you control 2 or more gate cards, you win the game. There we go. We're going to close the game out with the Mazes In activation. Huge shout out to our opponent. But yeah, huge shout out to our opponent. You can definitely see we're Field of the Dead against the Krenko deck. Kind of gives us the opportunity to stabilize just a little bit. We can get a few extra zombies down. We've got tons of stuff in this Golos deck. We've got Scape Shift, Prismatic Omen. So let's say we end up going Scape Shift. We sacrifice all these lands. We've got Valakut. We've got Field of the Dead. So you've got Volcano Zombies, which is just really cool to be able to do that in Commander. Just simply being able to kind of have this overlapping value of just getting extra stuff down, getting zombies off Field of the Dead, getting Valakut triggers, and then just have enter the battlefield effects with getting lands down. It just really helps you accelerate your board state and end up with a ton of value. So anyways, if you enjoyed your Mazes In with Golos, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.